Hello everyone, Eric with OzoneTCG. Today we're taking a look at the Darkwing Blast full set spoiler. Now we don't know 2 out of 5 of the Starlights. They haven't been revealed in the original product promotion, those videos, the box openings from various YouTubers and European channels. So we don't know those 2. We do know the rest of the cards, though. We know every single Secret Rare, we know every single Ultra, and every single Super. We're going to go ahead and go card by card, talk about which ones you should be looking to pick up, maybe hold off on, or what could be good in the future. Basically, we want to make sure that you guys know what's going on with the market, what's probably going to be good. If you guys are going to be picking up Darkwing Blast singles, of course, use our TCG Player affiliate link in the description below. They are not up for pre-sale yet because at the time of recording this video, we actually are not even at the sneak peek or Yu-Gi-Oh! Premiere for the set quite yet, but we will know everything very soon. Let's go ahead and get on right into it. So we're going to start with the Ultras, then go to Supers, then Secrets. Ultras, if you're playing Blackwings, I think most of these cards are pretty much fine. I mean, this is one of the really good ones. This searches one of the new continuous spells, the Black Whirlwind like counterpart. It can search any of the track cards as well. So any card that mentions Blackwing Dragon, a lot of them mention this card. So this is very, very good as a card. You definitely need, I think you need to play 3 of these because it has a normal summon effect. You can also tribute the monster and then special summon a Phantom Glimmer token. I don't know why it's not a Blackwing token. Anyway, but yeah, it does lock you, but this card is an Ultra. This will make the Blackwing deck look really nice. I don't know if we're going to feature the Blackwing deck, but it does look quite cool. Bestial Albalos, so this card is not one of the good ones. This is the only bad Bestial card. Technically it's playable. It has an Amorph Factor Pain effect. Negate the effects of all face-up monsters, except for like non-ritual Fusion Secret Season or Link monsters. A little better because it does negate Link monsters, but Amorph Factor Pain does not. Amorph Factor Pain came out before Link monsters were a thing. So this card's like theoretically fine. Theoretically playable. I don't know if I'd play this card because the 2 Bestial cards, really having to tribute 2 Bestial monsters is kind of hard to do unless you go Magnemute in the end phase, search Druid Worm effect, but then you're committing. Then you also have to draw this card or Lubellion. So it's whatever. Kashtira Fenrir. So this card, you need to pick up 3 of these. If you are playing in the competitive scene whatsoever, you need to play 3 of these. This is a better Pankratops. It's really hard to outlast that card or power creep it. This card does it. So one of the things, obviously, just like Pankratops, you can special summon for free. It does not activate to special summon. It's not like a 10E card, so you can just special summon it under Mystic Mine if you want to. Don't need to worry about that. So the special summon is not once per turn. So say that you special summon this, they trap hole, bottomless trap hole. So say for example, you have another one, in the hand, another copy. You can just special summon it again for free, and then during the main phase, add a Kashtira monster from your deck to your hand. That includes itself, so you play 3 of these. It's at worst a +1 Pankratops. Really aggravating to play against, but it is really, really good. Fantastic level 7. All the Kashtira monsters in this set are level 7. Later on, we get a level 4 in Photon Hypernova. You need 3 of those. I got my copies at 25 apiece from one of the big vendors, but if you can get them for that or even a little bit less, honestly, I think 35 is fine for this as well. I think they're going to go down, so if you want to hold off, on them, but I do think they are worth getting just to have immediately. It's going to be in every main deck. If it's on every main deck, it's going to be in every single side deck. This is one of the best cards in this set. Similar vein, Kashtira Unicorn. So this does the same thing, exact same text. You can special summon it unlimited number of times if you control no monsters, except it adds a Kashtira spell card. So they have an extender. I think it comes as either an Ultra or Super. We'll take a look at that in a second. Similar effect though. Look at the opponent's extra, gaining vital information, and banish 1 monster from it face down. They don't get to keep it. Doesn't come back at any point. Again, level 7, fantastic, 2500 beater. Pretty good as well. This becomes really, really good later on because they get an E-Telly that actually does something rather than just the extender. But I think this is going to be probably 10 max of $10 to $15. Once price is cool within the next couple weeks after release. But so wait until then, because Kashtira is not a good deck coming out of Darkwing Blast. It will be later on. But keep your eye out for this. Have it in your cart just to remind yourself you're using TCG Player. Keep it in the cart again, but you'll eventually need this. It's just kind of necessary. For later on, Fenrir is the #1 priority. You need that immediately to play. Mitsu, the Insect Ninja, it's just a ninja card. I wish the ninja cards were a little bit better because they have a cool gimmick, but it's not very good. It'll probably be like $1 at most once price is cool. Majesty Pegasus, this is going to be really interesting. This card can search Mystic Mine. I don't think this whole deck is very good though. Kind of sucks, unfortunately, just because we don't have Electromite. If we had Electromite, that'd be a whole different story, but we don't. We have Mystic Mine. That is the trade-off, with Pendulum decks. But it's a very cool deck. It's really hard to play through like 1 or 2 hand traps with this deck. As much as people may want to say otherwise, it's just from testing it, it's not very good. I don't expect prices to stay very high for this card. It is a very good card. Won't lie about that. None of the Draco Slayer cards in this set are bad at all. They are in fact quite good. It's just the bottleneck of Pendulums just not having Electromite. Vera, this card's insane. It's going to be really cheap early on. I think later on, eventually, Furnace Sylph may get some busted cards. This is already really good support. Make sure to pick these up later. Don't worry about getting them immediately. Another ninja card. Don't worry about that. Blackwing Assault Dragon. This card's pretty good. You can special summon this during the opponent's turn, and you leave it on the field, and then it's like negates. So you do play it in the Blackwing deck. I think you play 1 or 2 of these. I'm not sure, but it is very, very good. It sucks that it requires a tuner synchro, unless you just use the alternate summoning method. But the fact that you can summon it from the extra deck by banishing materials from the graveyard is also nice too. So, and then another ninjutsu, but don't even worry about that. I wouldn't worry about playing this card either. Valiance just sucks, unfortunately. Good support card for the deck, but it's the whole deck's just so bad. This card, Destructive Daruma Karma Cannon. Really, really good card. I would pick these up as soon as you can. If they are under $4, they will not stay that low forever. I think this is the Ice Dragon's Prison situation where it was pre-selling between $2 and $4. I know I picked mine up, a playset of mine in 2020 when Rise of the Duels came out for, I think it was $2 a piece, $3 a piece at most. This is the exact same situation, but this card's even better. This card's absolutely busted. I can't believe we're getting this. Change as many monsters on the field as possible to face-down defense position. Then if either player controls a face-up monster, they must send all face-up monsters they control to the graveyard. So it's basically, it's like a trap hole a little bit, but actually it's like a needle ceiling. It's a better comparison. But really you're only going to be using it against an opponent who's link summoning quite often. And it hits link summons, so quite good there. Not once per turn whatsoever, and this is a really good card for Labyrinth and Trap Tricks decks too. But I think this card's just insane as a general support card. Just get this card. Even if it's not good immediately, I don't know if it'll see play immediately. It's just a really good card to have, and as an ultra rare, it'll probably be cheap. I'm sure people will have a bunch of them. Goaty. I wish these cards were better. They are cool. The art is amazing. I think it is my second favorite world premiere art we've ever gotten. So TCG exclusive. That's what a lot of people call it. Number 1 being Burning Abyss. I think these are my second favorite in terms of how they look. I love the way all these Goaty cards look. We'll probably do a deck profile eventually on Goaty. There are a couple combos. The support's like fine. I would just wait to actually pick these up if you want to play Goaty. They're okay as support cards. They're not going to break the deck, unfortunately. But they do look cool. They do have a very unique play style, too. A little bit of a mix of Weather Painter and Crystron. But hold off on picking these up from this set. Another Goaty. This card is very good as far as this first effect. So I'm glad that it's a generic synchro. So I'm not actually sure what you banish from the deck. Goaty players, let me know. All 2 of you out there, If it's sent as banish the target, add a fish monster with you. Okay, so this is a really good card, actually. Again, I don't know the targets you play, but these two effects on their own seem like they should do quite a bit, be able to bridge quite a bit. This card will be cheap too. Love the art, of course. Another one, Vada. This is, let's see, control. Oh, this is this one. Okay. So this one's synchro summons, but not actually synchro summons, but just special summons. Really good card. Let's see, sent. Okay, so special summon Blackwing. So I guess the idea is you special summon itself from the hand. If you control a Blackwing monster, then you mill a level 6, whichever one you play. I'm not sure if there's a new level 6. I don't know exactly. I'm not a Blackwing player. I don't care for the deck, but it's cool. The new support cards apparently make the deck pretty good. So we'll cover it at some point. But you mill, so I'm always a fan of being able to special summon and then mill. It's a gazelle effect. What is it there to love? So this one is the really good one. So this is I think the new one, Black Feather Whirlwind. Yeah. So part of the new one. This card's good. I think you play 3 of these in the deck, but I'm not sure. Yeah, and then recurs. So good card. Again, you don't really need to worry about most of the super rares because they're just supers. This is a negate as well. This is really good. It's like a hand trap you can search in the deck. So don't worry about the supers as far as cost-wise, except for the Bestial cards. So a couple of the Bestial cards were actually pre-selling for $3 a piece, which is a lot for a super rare, at least in the post-2016, Breaker of Shadow rarities. But I think it's entirely justified. These cards are going to be everywhere. You'll get tired of seeing them at some point. Magnamoot is insane. But yeah, basically, because Magnamoot was printed as a super, again, I don't know why, this card probably should have been a secret in the set. You definitely want to pick this up, even if it's a couple dollars, as soon as possible. You need this card to play right now and for the next couple months. We're going to skip this guy. This is a good card. These 2 cards are really good. This is one of the new Draco Slayer cards, just combos with everything, and I guess you play it with, I don't know the exact cards. I don't remember which ones are which. But it is really good. It is a Dynamist card, so it is searchable. This duck, the Vernisylph duck, really good. Add an Earth Fairy monster from your deck to your hand. Special summon an Earth from your monster, so you don't minus off of this at all. You can play this with Naturia. There's a Naturia, a Shizu variant of just the Shizu. So a Shizu plus Naturia plus Vernisylph, that is a deck technically. I think we'll probably see that coming up because the Shizu cards are Earth Fairies. Really cool. We'll probably feature that later on because I love the way these cards look. Next up, Rex Freight for Hire. This card's insane for hire. Same with the Link too. The fact that it gets you a monster and then can special summon, recur or special summon from the graveyard. It gets any for hire card, or you can special summon the monster if it is a monster. So really good card. If you're playing for hire, you need to play 3 of those. Prediction Princess. Card's fine, kind of sucks. I think you play 1 of these in the new Blackwing deck, but I'm not positive. We're going to take a look at the next couple. Which one is this? Synchro. Okay, it's like okay. Not bad, just not very playable right now. Cool that it is a Synchro Tuner, but that's about it. I don't know if there's really any deck that can play this. I don't think so. Shangri-La, interesting that it's only a super rare. Yeah. So, I don't know if it's Shangri-Era, I don't know. Shangri-Era, I think that's what it is. You need to play, I think, 2 of these in Kashtira once Photon Hypernova comes out in February in the TCG. And then this card's cool. Pick this up later on. Again, I wouldn't worry about getting some of these other cards immediately. Let's go ahead and talk about this. Wallow, founder of the Drudge Dragons. This is DD Crow as a quick effect. Really good card if you're playing rank 6. So Bestial can play this. 2400 is not bad at all. Again, it's just DD Crow. That's the whole idea. And then you can go into Zeus. good card. Honestly, if you can pick these up for less than $1, go for it. Donner, this card's so good for hire. Makes me want to play the deck, but I won't play it. I don't like it enough. Yeah, good card. Don't worry about picking it up immediately. Even if you're playing for hire, it'll go down. Same with this. I know you play at least one of these. I don't know if you play 3 of these, though. I think you play 3 because it's not like a hard once per turn at all. Let me know, again, Blackwing players, with the post-Darkwing Blast support. Card is really good, though. It just cycles all your cards together. Branded Regained, so the translation for this was rebranded. Branded Regained is its official translation. I like it. Very good card. This is probably going to make Dragon Link at least somewhat playable, or just a Dragon Link toolbox deck playable for the next couple weeks until Magnificent Mavens, because you can constantly recycle Striker Dragon or the Chaos Dragons. Very good card. Get this as soon as you can as well. You play it for Lubellion. Go ahead and go with the rest of the supers. Kashtira Birth. So this is the card that you search off of Unicorn, and then you can just special summon Unicorn back, or I don't know, go Fenrir, add Unicorn. If you have this in the hand, cool, activate it. So, summon Unicorn. There are ways to play around it, or if you just have 2 Kashtiras or Unicorn, another Kashtira like the Ogre, you can just make a rank 7 for free. Good card. Again, I don't think it's going to be expensive because it's a super rare that is not a 3 of it in every single deck. This card's fine. It's like a sub-terror card, but not really. Branded Beast, very good card. If you play Lubellion in your deck, Bestial Lubellion, you need to play this card too. It is that good. It is a Mystic Mine out, and then if you mill the Branded Regained off of Saronir, one of the Bestials, the one that Foolish is, you can actually place it face up, Spell and Trap Zone during the end phase. Really good support, so it gets you free advantage. You definitely need to play this. Sprite Double Cross, fantastic that it's a super. Card's kind of busted, not going to lie. I think Sprite's going to play at least one of these. It's just free. It's another good target for Sprite Jet. You'll need to play one of these ever. Yeah, play this in your Sprite deck. It's fantastic. Simul Archfiends, let's see. Oh, this is like the D barrier. It's okay. I don't think it's going to really make too much of an impact. People might try it, but the art's cool at the very least. This one is pretty good. You took a win Facebook card, banish when leaves the field. Not great, but you would just target itself. Cool that it banishes any face-up card if it's banished. Okay, so yeah, you just target itself and then synchro summon with it for the level 8, and then banish a fish monster, grab that back. You just go from there. So not bad, actually. Pretty good support. Again, I wouldn't worry about the cost of these. I know this card's like, okay, it's fine. It's just a control card for a deck that has a lot of identity issues. But now we're into the secrets. I have a lot to talk about with a lot of these. We're just going to open up all these right now. We're going to actually start from here. This card's cool. It looks so cool. But it is not a good card, unfortunately. This start of the damage step, battles and post monster, banish that monster. It's just not good. Unfortunately, it just doesn't do anything. It's nice that it's a level 8, but it just doesn't do anything for the theme. Blazing Cartesia, though, if you're playing the Brandon High Spirits build of Tier Element for the 2-week format of Darkwing Blast, you can pick this up. It's cool. I think you should have at least one of these if you play Tier Element at all, or you play Branded. I think it's just good enough to have in general for that. Because it recurs itself and it fusion summons during either player's turn. Good support card. But I wouldn't pay too much for it. Lady Labyrinth of the Silver Castle. I hate to say it, this cards, they kind of suck. Labyrinth is just failing as a theme. It's just not good enough, unfortunately, but if you play Labyrinth, you do need to play one of these. It is also Starlight, so it is going to be a very expensive max rarity deck. But yeah, I don't really have too much to say. I don't think it's going to be expensive later on, even though it is a waifu card. Unlike Tier Element, Rule Close. So I think, so it's going to be a secret. It's also Starlight. It's the first Tier Element Starlight card. but I don't think it's going to be super expensive. I don't think it's going to be as cheap as Kaleido Heart, though. This card is insane for tier limit. This pushes it. So this is Chakanine. Basically, that's the comparison I like to go to. So both tier limit and Sprite receive their own Chakanine for their respective themes. Sprint is the Chakanine for Sprite, and Rulkalos is Chakanine for tier limit. I do think tier limit overall just gets the better treatment because it protects yourself from Nibiru. And if you're able to establish like Rulkalos and Dwelly, you're probably winning the mirror. Very good card. I'm going to skip over this one. Bestial Lubellion, good card. I'm glad it's secret. Probably should have had one more Bestial card as a secret, but hey, I'm glad that this card is the only secret of theirs that you need to get. If you are playing Bestial and you want to play Lubellion, I don't think you need it immediately. I think it's probably going to be like 15 to 20 at most once prices cool down. Probably sneak peek, it's probably going to be like 40 to 50, just because this is one of the key cards in the set, but I don't see it holding too much value. I can see like Sprint holding more value later on. Ignis Phoenix, I'm actually not sure why this one is the secret over Majesty Maiden. I don't know if there's something I'm missing here, but I feel like the other one should have been. I don't know, it's fine. Just another Draco Slayer card. The whole deck will look really nice. Pendulum decks in general tend to be mostly hollow because there have just been so many reprints over the past couple of years. So Sprint, if you're playing Tier Limit, if you're playing Sprite, you play this card. This is going to be an Elf situation. Elf is like 15 or so-ish. Time of recording the video, I think this is probably going to be 20 to 25 per copy once everyone starts just playing Tier Limit or Shifter decks, specifically Sprite. Card's insane, specifically because of this Mill Effect. You get to set Nimble Angler, in case you guys haven't seen it. Special summon 2 Nimble Beaver from the deck. Nimble Beaver will be the best card moving forward. Deep Sea Diva is completely invalidated with the banning of Fibrax. This card is so much better. Makes Nimble Beaver rather so much better. So if you can pick it up upon release, I would just hold on to them. I wouldn't sell these, anytime soon. This is going to be a money card in the set later on. World Sea Dragons Zeolantis. It resets your once per turn effects. Really interesting card for Dark World. If you're playing Dark World in December when the structure deck drops in the TCG, make sure you have at least one of these because you will use this effect. People call it Blink. It's just the Zeolantis' effect. We've never had an effect like this in the game before. What's crazy is that it only requires one effect monster. It is the first Link 4 that has written on its text that it only requires one monster. All the other Link 4s, I think all the other Link 3s as well, say that you need at least 2 or more monsters. This is the first one to be very different, and that is unique. I think this card eventually might see itself hit on the ban list. Eventually, it will be a problem. It is that good. Muckracker from the Underworld. It is a promo, so that means that it is a secret rare in the set. We've also seen it pulled as a secret. You play this in Dark World later. You can play this in Labyrinth. It's cute. I don't think it's great, but if you want to pick it up later, I wouldn't worry about getting it immediately because I don't think any real decks right now are going to be playing it. So I just wouldn't worry about it, but it will eventually probably go down in price. I don't know the pre-sale price for this one specifically, but just pick it up later. Last card for the secret rares. Have to talk about this card. I love it. It's one of my favorite spell cards in the game now. Not just for the effect, the art. Oh my goodness, you guys saw the community post the other day. I love this art. Spellbound. All face-up monsters your opponent currently controls cannot be tributed or used as material for a fusion, synchro, exceeds, or link summon until the end of the turn. It is like D-Barrier, but it is very much different than D-Barrier. So D-Barrier is neither player can special summon monsters of a corresponding type. So if you call like fusion, neither player can summon fusion monsters. All fusion monster effects on the field are negated until the end of the turn. This covers a lot more decks, even if like Tier Limit doesn't really care as much about this card as like D-Barrier, because they can flip D-Barrier, your turn may or may not be over. This one works versus like Fluwanderees, versus like True Draco, not that it's really an issue, but Fluunderies, the fact that you can't tribute them. You can also flip this versus like Bestial, so they can't go Lubellion, summon Lubellion from the graveyard, because Lubellion does tribute. The fact that it's not once per turn is also really nice. So if you happen to draw 2 of them, you're not just stuck with a dead card. You can use it, and then if they're able to play through it, anything like that, you can use another one in the same turn. There you go. You've covered all your bases. The art, we're going to have a whole video about old school Yu-Gi-Oh art. This looks exactly like an old school card. I love it. I don't know how much it's going to be. I think this is going to be a chase secret later. I think I saw it pre-selling for $40, but I don't know if it's good to pick up at that price. What I am going to try and do is get them for like 20-ish. You know, maybe Maxwell pays like 30 for them, especially with the new rarity differences. It's just a really good card. The OCG does not have this as a world premiere card. I love it. I don't think it's busted. I just think it's a very good card. We'll probably see it in a lot of decks moving forward. I could see it, especially with TCG players loving these kind of cards, loving the non-once per turn effects. We'll probably see it played quite a bit. I'm definitely going to be playing this. You guys will see this in deck profiles later on. So that is all for the holos here. Basically, the tier limit cards, the rest of them are commons, which is kind of crazy. It's nice that you can rarity upgrade them later in OTS packs. Naturi cards are all commons as well. Also really nice. We're not going to go through the rest of these. Some of the other world premieres are pretty cool. Let me know what you guys think about this. I can't wait for the set. This is a really nice set too. This is New Challengers from 2014, but in 2022, I cannot wait to play these cards. It's going to be sad, though, that we're going to have Magnificent Mavens legal 2 weeks later for YCS Pasadena. So Minneapolis will be the only premiere event with this, at least in the U.S., with this set legal and nothing else really legal. Like Mavens won't be illegal for it, but for Pasadena, Mavens will be legal and moving forward. It's going to be 2 entirely different formats between Darkwing, Blast, and Magnificent Mavens. Let me know what you guys think and what you're picking up in here. I'm curious what everyone kind of thinks about this set and kind of the other cards besides just the main ones. Also Spellbound. Really divisive right now. Not sure why. Card's good. We'll talk about that and its art in a later video. Let me know what you guys are going to be picking up. And of course, use our TCG Player affiliate link in the description below. Eric with OzoneTCG. Thank you as always for watching.